How's everybody doing? Well, I'm not going to turn anything on this one. I just got something I wanted to show you all and see if I couldn't possibly explain to you how I did it without turning another one, because I honestly just don't feel like really doing one right now again. Although I am very happy with how it turned out. So what I've got here on the lathe is about a 3.5 by 3.5 square by 1/2 inch thick. And I've got some of this that is left over from slats on a pallet that were actually made of mahogany. So I just couldn't come to throwing them away. But at the same time, without gluing something together, I didn't really know what to do with them. So finally, I had an idea of trying to do an economy bowl or vessel with this. So I've seen a couple of people cutting rings off of things. Basically what I did is I started out with the first one, like what we see here laid out. And I cut this one here is just you're getting all your corners knocked off, getting it trued up. Cut that just straight across. This one here, I cut straight through as well, parted straight through and made a square-sided ring. Then, for the outside edge of this ring here, I went on and tapered it back towards the headstock at a not anything too severe, but I gave it a taper. And then I cut this one here as well at the same angle. That left me with a solid center and 2 rings. One ring that was square on all sides and one that was flat and cone shaped. So on the next 4 pieces, I only made 2 cuts, and I brought this outside line into about here and shifted all the other lines over that much to the center. So after making those cuts, all of them on an angle for those 4 last pieces, all of those cuts will be cut at an angle going in to give you your cone shape. So then I took all of those and I had 5 centers that were cone shaped, and that gave me 6 rings, 1 square and 5 that are cone shaped. The square ring, we're going to back up here from the lathe, and I'll show you the pieces here that I did this out of. The square ring from this first cut that you would start with on the outside is going to be the center ring. And then 2 of those rings will be top and bottom. And then you'll take your centers, and 1 center will be the bottom solid. And then you'll take the other ones and you'll stack them on the top. and you'll have yourself an economy hollow form. And I actually played around with it for about 2 hours trying to figure out the final shape from the rings up with the solid cones. And I didn't start with any plan or any solid measurements. I just winged it. So I think I got really lucky on how everything lined up for me. You know, I did try to plan out, which I didn't just mention, that actually 2 of the rings that you're going to be cutting need to be you know, you have to adjust the 2 of the cuts that you adjust into this far. You make 2 sets of them, and then you would adjust in again, say that same distance to here, and make 2 sets of them with them 2 cuts, so that all your rings line up and that you don't have not enough meat to get a finishing cut from one to the other. So I hope that makes sense. There again, I don't I don't normally do any gluing stuff together, and that's why I would make this video and show you exactly how I'm talking about, but it was such a time-consuming process for me, and not as enjoyable as what some people probably get out of it, but I didn't want to waste this beautiful wood. So that's what we have, is an economy vase, and you know, like I said, I did it out of just a few little slats of pallet. So no sense in throwing that thin stuff away. Sometimes you can think of a good way to use it if you know it's really pretty, even though it's something you might not normally do. So you all have a good one, and please hit the like and subscribe, and thank you.